All right, back to your geometry semester 1 exam practice. Next, state the postulate illustrated by the diagram. So this one says if, and we got two lines intersecting, then there's a point there at the intersection. You see a little bubble. This is the line intersection postulate. It says that if two lines intersect, because they don't necessarily have to intersect, they could be parallel or skew, then they intersect at exactly one point. And you'll find more about these postulates in section 2.3. Here, we've got if a line, then put 2 points on the line. And this is the line point postulate. This says that if there exists a line, then there are 2 points on that line. And again, you'll want to look at section 2.3. There's a diagram that has all those postulates in it. There's also a list of postulates in the back of the book. You want to familiarize yourself with them and understand them. Maybe take some notes on them, because these things are going to show up on your exam, and you just need to be able to recognize them. Okay? And again, you can use your notes on the exam, but know where to find this information. All right. Two angles form a linear pair. The measure of one angle is 1/14 the measure of the other angle. Find the measure of the larger angle. I'm going to get out a piece of paper and draw a sketch of this. So two angles form a linear pair. So if two angles form a linear pair, they make a straight line. One of them is 1/14 the size of the other. So one of them is going to be a lot bigger than the other one. So I kind of draw them like that. Okay. So let's call the big angle X and the small angle 1/14 X. Keep in mind, in your particular case, it could be some different number, 1/14 or 2/3 or whatever, but one angle is going to be X and the other is going to be this times X. It might even be a whole number, like 2 or 3. So here we have that X plus 1/14 X equals a total of 180 degrees, because a linear pair is supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So when we add 1x and 1/14 x, we get 15/14 x equals 180. So then we need to divide both sides by 15/14. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky, but not so tricky if you have a calculator that does fractions. So let's see. We've got 180 divided by 15 ABC 14. Gives us 168. X is 168 degrees. Now let's check. What's 168 divided by 14? 168 divided by 14 is 12, which means that the big angle is 168 degrees and the small angle is 12 degrees, and in fact 168 and 12 add up to 180. So it works, right? So again, your setup's going to be a lot like this. Just remember, two angles form a linear pair, and the one angle will be X and the other will be something times X, and they add up to 180. All right. Next, write an equation of a line through the point 4, 5 and perpendicular to the line y equals -3. Turns out in this case, we draw our coordinate axes here. The line y equals -3 is a horizontal line that passes through the y-axis at -3. And if the point 4, 5, say, is up here somewhere, point 4, 5, then this, the line that we're drawing that's perpendicular to this, is going to be a vertical line. And since it passes through x equals 4, it passes through this point, 4 on the x-axis, And so its equation is x equals 4. All right, so that's the thing you're looking for in there. All right, next up. And there's more about parallel and perpendicular lines in 3.5. Remember, though, if you had an equation like y equals, 3/2 x plus 2, and you wanted to write the equation of a line that's perpendicular to that, you take this slope, flip it upside down, and make it negative, or change the sign. If it were y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3, you'd take this slope, flip it upside down, and change it to positive, 2/1, or just 2. This is a special case where it's just a horizontal line, so we know that it's perpendicular, or it will be vertical. All right. And that's about enough, I think, for this section. Next, we'll move on to number 20. Wow, I can't believe it. Number 19 already. Hot dog.